blocks, the right-hand side. Beautiful little venue. Only seats about 270 people, so again, these tickets are going to go pretty quickly. Key West Theater, Eaton Street, 2 shows in January, 1 show in March. Tickets just went available yesterday.
Okay, so we're gonna do this segment and make sure we covered everything. So the first show is Saturday, January 28th, 5 o'clock somewhere.
Correct.
You never know when Jimmy Buffett could show up.
Hey, you know, if he hears about it, he's in town. Yeah. You know, before we get rolling, there's something I want to ask our big man Louie here. Louie, I know, is a big he doesn't know what I'm going to ask now. Louie's a big baseball fan, particularly Key West baseball, as anyone knows. Let me ask Louie who the all-time greatest baseball player to come out of Key West High School is.
Well, it's hard to pick one, but you got many greats. You got Boog Powell that played for the Orioles. He's spectacular. You have Khalil Green, who played for the San Diego Padres. You have Ralph Enriquez, who was a great catcher, and now the Conch head baseball coach. You got Vic Arbery that played for the Major League Baseball, I believe, for the Twins. You had little Ralphie Enriquez, who was the son of Big Ralph Enriquez, that he also played for the Conchs, but there's so many, it's hard to pick one.
So I'm going to pick one, because I'm true blue, Maryland, born and bred. My guy's Boog Powell.
Boog Powell. That's the first one I said?
Yeah. Four-time All-Star, 2 World Series rings, and MVP in the American League. So for me, and I mentioned Boog because one of the speaker series that I did was with Brooks Robinson.
Wow.
Brooks Robinson, for anyone who doesn't know, is arguably the greatest third baseman that ever lived.
Baltimore Orioles.
Yeah, number 5.
I got a little trivia for you too.
Hit me.
You know who his roommate was?
Roommate at what time? When he was playing?
When he played in the minor leagues.
Oh, minor leagues.
Yeah.
I do not. Hit me.
Well, actually, no. But it was thinking of Kyle Ripken was roommates with Brooks Carey.
Yeah. Okay.
That played for the Key West Conchs, and they established a solid connection there through their experience with the Baltimore Orioles. But Brooks Carey actually was a coach for Key West High School and one of the top pitchers that come out of Key West High School.
Yeah, Cal's great. Of course, he's a Oriole legend. Brooks Robinson is just a pure gentleman. I did the show. It was only Brooks and I on stage. I was the moderator of the show, so I had the questions and I was the moderator for the evening. So it was Brooks and I on the stage. There were over 1,000 people in the audience, all looking at us. The venue seats over 1,200, and it was sold out. No ticket to be found. It was just a fantastic evening. He was really just a pure gentleman, truly great guy, Brooks Robinson. So
absolutely. So I just want to recap the shows here to make sure we get all this on camera. So we got some 5 o'clock somewhere, Saturday, January 28th. Then what's the Admiral for Sunday.
Admiral Walter Carter. Ted's his nickname. He goes by Ted.
And that's Sunday, January 29th.
That's the very next day.
Both shows are at Key West Theater.
Correct.
And you can get tickets where at the Key West Theater?
You can get them on Box Office. Box Office is open every Wednesday and Friday from 12 to 5. But you can easily get them on the website. Go to the Key West Theater website. Again, they're on Eaton Street. And tickets are available on the website there where you can pick out what seats that you like. Again, it's only 270 seats. This is one of the smallest venues I've ever booked. Usually all the venues I book are 1,200 seats plus, large arena type shows. But every time I walk past the theater, I say, man, one of these days. Well, next year is it, and I'm doing 3 shows there.
You're doing absolutely fabulous, and we're going to make sure we sell every single ticket. We're going to keep pushing this and get the word out. And this is fabulous. Shout out to all first responders worldwide, all military, everywhere. We've been through a hell of a year. And now, we officially shut down the pandemic. It's time to get back to the entertainment. People are tired of being cooped up. So Key West, Florida, the #1 destination worldwide, and planets above and beyond. Southernmost point 90 miles from Cuba. So these are great shows, and people always coming into town looking for original shows. So this ain't the same stuff that you see week in and week out. This is original stuff. What are the price ranges on tickets?
$40. The meet and greet for Admiral Carter is limited, to only 50 people, and that's at $50.
Okay, awesome.
So again, most of the people that may be watching this podcast now may be local. You have a great advantage to get your tickets now, either in person or online. But I guarantee a lot of these shows, if you wait till January, you're not going to have any seats that are left. These are going to be really popular shows.
Yep. You know, the best thing in the show, if you sell out a show, the good thing is to do it 270 times 2. So then we got to have it extended. So we got to start somewhere. So Rome's not built in a day. And the Key West Theater is one of the most fabulous venues on the planet. Very good. They do a real good job down there. The stage is marvelous. And a lot of people don't know the history of that venue. It used to be a church there. Yep. Back in the day. So it's a lot of square footage, and it's absolutely wonderful. What's the third show about?
Third show, Jason Adamo, Saturday, March 5th. Jason is former Nashville performer. His very first album he ever did went double platinum. Okay. So he's not fooling around. He's very highly respected, award-winning singer-songwriter. Married now with a family, moved to North Carolina, but still loves hitting the road and performing up and down the coast. He's, again, original singer-songwriter. You'll see a lot of originals. More country theme on that. You can check out his website, Jason Adamo. But you'll see a lot of videos that he's done. Again, very highly respected. A lot of originals, more country western type slant. So we got a little bit of everything. We have Friday, we got 5 o'clock somewhere, more of the beachy type, 5 o'clock shows. We got Admiral Carter coming in, and we've got more of a country western type singer with Jason Adamo with some great originals. So looking forward to it.
Absolutely. And, when you get down with that country, right now, it's going to be a lot of country going on. The Island Outlaws performing live tonight, 8 o'clock. Old Town Rodeo, 6 to 18 Duval Street. Shout out to Charlie Hustle on production. He'll also be manning the bull. And that bull is a serious situation. A lot of people putting up their titles up there. So it's always a lot of fun on that bull. And great staff down there. So all love. So we appreciate you bringing stuff down to Key West, Florida. 90 miles away from Cuba. It's always love down here, and you can't beat the weather. Everybody looking for an excuse. Some of your artists watching the podcast, just hit us up, inbox me on Louie C. Rock on the Facebook, and we'll be glad to bring you down here because you do a little vacation and a little fishing, go to the show, go back to the fishing. It's all love. So how long have you been coming to Key West?
About 10 years now.
Right. What brought you down here?
Vacation first off. So, everyone talked about Key West. I never made it down. So it's been about 10 years now. Come down 2 or 3 times a year. But I'll be back in December. Of course, I'll be here January for the show and next March for the show as well.
Nice.
So always love coming down. I mean, Key West. And, Key West has such a great tradition of singer-songwriters. They really do. Of course, everybody knows Jimmy Buffett. But, it's kind of funny. Jimmy almost never made it down here. I don't know if you know a lot about how he got started in Key West, but Jerry Jeff Walker is a good friend of his, and he booked him into Miami to play a show. Well, unfortunately, Jimmy got the dates screwed up, and he got there a week early. Of course, he had no show, and he's there with nothing to do. So Walker says, why don't you drive down to Key West? You got nothing to do. Check it out. So he came down here. He hooked up with David Walkowski, who was a huge developer in Key West, owned the Pier House and the Chart House Room, which is where Jimmy played his very first gig. So David, the local person here, passed away, unfortunately, about 2 years ago. Gave Jimmy, not only that, but he gave Jimmy his first gig. Also gave Bob Marley his very first gig at the Chart House, at the Pier House down there. So,
wow.
Jimmy has a lot of ties, obviously to Key West. Interesting guy. And I actually had a chance to meet him. Produced a lot of big people, never produced a show with Jimmy. But I was at a show at the Naval Academy that he did about 3 years ago and had a chance before the show to go back and talk to him and meet him a little bit. He's a lot shorter than I thought he was. I don't think he's watching the podcast now, but he's probably about 5'8", 5'9". I don't know why I thought he was like 6 foot, but he was shorter. And one of the great things I had there, I had a chance to go to the sound check. Wow. And there were only 2 people allowed to go to the sound check.
Wow.
So I had a chance to meet big guy Houston, is the head of security for Jimmy. Had a chance to talk to him a little bit, and it was an indoor arena. So Jimmy was up there going over their set list, and he was playing, and I thought, well, I got to check this out. So I walked down, front and center, down on the floor, and I was watching Jimmy play. I was the only one there. So out of the corner comes Houston. Now he's in security mode. You know, we finished the chit chat. He's in security mode now, telling me I'm in Jimmy's line of sight and I'm going to have to move and I need to move now. So, you know, I skedaddled to the side. But, and the thing with that performance, which was funny, midway through the performance, all the power went off in the whole auditorium. So
it happens sometimes.
It happens, even with the best. So at Jimmy's show, the power went off for 5 minutes, and he still played and to the crowd, and it was just a great time. But Jimmy's a really cool guy.
I done told y'all, rain, snow, sleet, power outages, the whole 9 yards. The show must continue no matter what. And for those aspiring artists, Jimmy Buffett started on the sidewalk with Key West also.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, they think he can make it. Well, look at him now. So this could be you, but it doesn't come with a lot of not a lot of hard work. So if you don't plan to work hard and pay dues, if you think you're gonna be Jimmy Buffett in a week, you signed up for the wrong profession. It's very serious. So shout out to Key West Productions. Is there a website for Key West Productions?
No, there's a Facebook page, okay. Key West Production Facebook page.
Okay.
So you can check everything out there, things that I've done, things I'm going to do. If you're up through Maryland, we got a couple shows coming up. I've got Judy Collins and Tom Paxton. Judy Collins, Grammy Award winner.
Is that Judy with
Judy?
Yeah.
Judy Collins.
Played with Johnny Cash or no?
She performed with Johnny. Her big hits that she did were Send in the Clowns. She has a great rendition of Amazing Grace that everyone has heard. She was with Stephen Stills. She was dating Stephen Stills for a long time. Judy Collins, classic icon. Tom Paxton, written some great songs. Anyway, I'm bringing them into Maryland first Saturday of December. I'm also doing a show with the Symphony. Also bringing Admiral Carter back into Maryland in April, doing another Brooks Robinson show. So you can check out our website, but I'm really excited about the shows in Key West next year. It's just going to be so much fun. This town is it's such a great town, and I'm happy to be able to do some shows here.
I think these shows do fabulous. A lot of people are going to come out and support, and I think the entertainment is great. And you can never get your tickets early enough. And I think that the key to promotion is that you can never start early enough. So the one thing you've done very well is get ahead of the curve, because like that, people got time to plan out everything. And, you're always going to pick up the people that are going to be in town.
Yeah.
And then Key West, number one destination. So these times are in the middle of peak season. With January, it's good. And March is the number one busiest month of the year. So, I think you did great. I appreciate you coming on the show, and make sure you check out our YouTube channel on the Louie C. Rock. We are on Facebook Live. We'll be back to it as soon as we fix a couple glitches going on with Facebook. They don't make it easy. And shout out to everybody who supports us. And we're almost going into a year of podcasts. We started in the trenches of the pandemic, and I'm so glad that we got through it. So all love right now, Key West, Florida. Come on down if you've never been, and go all the way to the end, 90 miles to Cuba. Charlie Hustle, I see you doing it big. Gonna get to the Old Town Rodeo. Thank you, sir. You're a gentleman.
Thank you, Louie.
And a scholar. Have a good evening. Stay out of trouble. Holla!